Now they can hear you.
Okay.
They're
I'll
like,
take
they're
your
like-
lead. You
Just get in the red. That's all it is. Just get in the red. Look, there you
Okay.
are.
There I
see
am.
that?
Yeah, look,
There you
That's
are.
so
Well,
cute.
don't let the mic block your face over there. You know?
All right,
Come on,
cool.
Move it around.
All right. You got to
Are
manipulate.
you
the
nervous
mic.
that you're alive?
No, I'm good.
You sure?
I'm positive.
I'm going to try to make you nervous.
No. Are you trying to make me nervous?
Oh, I'm going to make you nervous.
You make me nervous.
No, I'm not going to make her. Ladies and gentlemen. All right. I am Dr. Pete. Most of you guys know that already. You are now listening to and watching the Local BizCast here. And I have a very wonderful friend of mine, and I am really excited to have her on the podcast. You're going to see energy get together. Ladies and gentlemen, Tara Vimbor. Welcome to the Local BizCast.
Thank you for having me. This is going to be an implosion of energy.
I think we're going to call it explosion as opposed to implosion.
This is going to be an explosion.
All right, now probably for the last 5 episodes or more, I have been saying I have to do my business first. In order for us to continue this on, that's a lie. I can do this no matter what. But I want to make people think that in order for us to continue this, we have to have all the likes and subscribers that we can possibly get.
Yes.
So if you guys all don't mind, because it would really help me out, and especially Tara as she promotes her business today, could you guys go to the Local BizCast on YouTube Live, Spotify, Apple Podcast, got that on the other day.
Wow.
Yeah, come
all
on.
of the
Whatever's
actors.
going to happen next, but please go to the Local BizCast. That's Local Biz, B-I-Z-Cast, and just subscribe, do everything. By the way, I want to thank some of my good people. I won't name any names, but ladies and gentlemen, we are over 100 subscribers right now.
Amazing. Congrats.
I'm supposed to do something like a congratulatory, but I don't know what it's going to be.
I thought there'd be like a balloon,
Everything that's
balloon,
going on.
something.
But we've hit 100, so our next goal is 1,000. How quickly can we get to 1,000? I'm going to rely on all of your fans to get us there. So.
My fans, you got to get us there.
All right. And if you
Gonna
guys,
pop off.
there you go. If you guys want to get onto the Local BizCast, you can always get me on social, Local BizCast, it's TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, The Dr. Pete, that's another one, or just Dr. Pete at SACNJ. And if you're in and around the Montvale area, just come and hang out in the office and say hi. We'll get you on the BizCast. That's how Tara got on.
I just begged. You
didn't have to beg.
I pimped myself out anywhere.
You just, that's what you have to do.
You have to do it when you're a small business or, anybody that is you have to self-promote.
That's
you
it.
have to self-promote.
Is there a problem? What is the worst case scenario if you were like, hey, Pete, I'm coming on the podcast? What was I going to say?
If you said no, I was still showing up.
You should
I
still.
was
And
showing up.
no is not going to kill you, right? I mean, you just got to keep on going.
Totally.
Amazing. All right, enough about me. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to pass the mic to one of the most fascinating and fun and amazing and exciting and energetic people in the history of people.
I love that.
Tara Vimbor.
Thank you.
Compass, is that who you're with?
I'm with Compass
Does
Real Estate.
Does anybody know what that is?
I will tell.
There you go.
I will tell the people. So Compass it actually was just ranked #1 brokerage in the country for I think the 4th year in a row.
How about that?
Compass is a wonderful brokerage to be a part of. It started out actually as a company called Urban Compass that was just in New York.
Okay.
It was actually a small brokerage and technology company that has kind of really taken on this huge it's bought up so many other companies. It just acquired Christie's Special Properties.
Saw that in your bio.
Yeah.
That was interesting. I like that. We'll get into that, I'm sure.
Yeah, so Compass is a great company to work for. It provides agents with just so much at our fingertips. I mean, somebody that's an elder millennial, like we both are, not to age
Call us
us.
an elder or millennial?
We're elder millennial.
Have you been watching any of these other podcasts? We were born in the 1900s.
We were born basically in the 1900s.
So now I'm being called an elder. I'm actually not into millennials. I might be a little bit older than you. I'm not.
But I think you're still
I'm a
an
Gen
elder.
Z.
No, I think you're still an elder millennial.
70s? I'm a 70s
Oh, you're
guy.
in the 70s.
Oh, look
Sorry.
at that
Okay.
face. Did you guys just see that face? She just gave me I'm the really stupid old guy face. This is not even cool anymore.
You're a Gen X.
Gen X?
I'm an elder millennial.
Okay.
But my point in saying that is that, some of the technology and stuff, like the social media, like all of the technology, I wasn't as familiar with, but Compass really has streamlined for agents to be able to do everything at your fingertips. It's such a great company. There's so much support. The founder, owner, CEO, Robert Refkin, he's like hands-on with the agents. He comes into the office. It's just like, I drink the Kool-Aid. I sound like it's like
you are, but I'm looking at your stuff. Your stuff is amazing.
Thank
like
you.
I strive to have the local BizCast have some of the stuff that
Thank
you're,
you.
know,
It's a great. I'm very
the
proud.
content
to be
you're
a
putting out
part.
is awesome.
Thank you. And yeah, like even just like content, like everything is right there. Like I can just put into my Compass platform, like make me a post about X, Y, and Z, and then it just does it for you.
It's awesome. It's like AI, but it's his. Woo.
Sorry. Yeah.
I told you there was going to be energy. Now we're fighting.
Energy.
Round one.
So,
would you say that this was a technology company that got into real estate? Is that like, because that's what they said, like what Elon says, right? Elon Musk is like, Tesla was a technology company that's doing cars. It's a technology company.
It really is. And like, honestly, like, I guess like, I never, AI and like technology and things like that, like it really is kind of.
You're listening to two elder millennials talk about AI like we knew what we're talking about.
But yeah, I feel like there needs to be, especially like in all businesses, and I know we're going on a tangent a little bit.
This is all we do here. You're never gonna. Did you think you were gonna go straight?
No, I knew we were not. I knew we'd probably end up talking about something completely.
We're gonna be talking about elephants in about 2 minutes.
But you kind of have to, embrace this idea of AI to a degree. You have to know it. You have to know it. It is very much a part of what's going on in our society right now.
Do you use it a ton or just professionally?
I don't really even use it very much professionally,
Okay.
and I'll tell you why. Like, I will use it. So Compass has its own AI platform, like not ChatGPT. It's solely proprietary to Compass,
right?
Which is pretty cool. So I'll use it every now and again when I want to write something like a pitch or whatever, but I don't like when it doesn't sound like me. And part of me is me.
Yes.
I think I'm a pretty good writer. I think I'm a nice speaker. When it's too polished, I don't like it.
Yeah. It's not raw. You're a little bit more raw.
Yeah, I like a raw.
So with most AI these days, the key is to train it. Can you train your Compass AI to be you? But it takes so much time.
It takes so much time. You have to like really like butter it up. You have to be like, hello, such and such. Like, can you please? Like,
you can't just be like, listen, Compass AI, I'm Kara Vimbor. This is what I am.
You gotta write it like this, all right?
That's it. What's wrong with you?
Bestseller.
I am a Jersey girl, good in Bergen County.
Right. So that's almost too much work.
It's
so
you've
just
got too far. I'm just gonna do it myself.
You want to go it alone?
Yeah. Oh man, look at you.
Yeah, I'm all grown up.
I was just about to say
I'm all
that.
grown up.
I don't know if I like this one. You know what? Hold on. We're gonna rewind. I'm gonna get back the old Tara on this thing over here.
Bring her. Well, you can find her. She's probably at SD Street somewhere.
Hey-oh, it's not here anymore.
It's not here.
We lost
Rip.
it. So.
I know.
Oh,
we had
man.
some good memes.
All right, no, but we got to start. Let's go way, way, way back. We need to know who Tara is.
Okay.
You are a Bergen County born and bred girl. Where did you?
Bergen County, Park Ridge,
Park
where
Ridge?
the other spine and health center is.
Wait, you were a Park Ridge girl? You went to Park Ridge High School?
I was a Park Rican.
You're Park.
A Park Rican.
You're talking to a Spring Valley, and when you say a Park Rican, it's very funny.
Park Rican.
Yeah, I like that.
I did not go to Park Ridge High School. I went to Holy Angels in Demarest, and went there. Had a great experience. Went to Fairfield in Connecticut. Stayed in Bergen County. Got married. Came back to Bergen County. So I'm like I'm a lifer.
You haven't left. Well, you Fairfield. You were in Connecticut.
I was in Connecticut
for
like a hot minute. I made it.
Made it.
Still in the tri-state area.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, Bergen County, as much as sometimes we love to hate it, and you pretty much were in Bergen too. If you're in Rockland County, you're doing everything in Bergen County. It's the same.
No, actually, we didn't. We treated that like it was the Berlin Wall. We came here for gas and ice cream because Dairy Queen.
We went to Rockland on Sundays.
Obviously,
stuff was
of
open,
course.
And still to this day, Palisades Mall.
Can you believe? But even in Nanuet Mall, which is not the same as it was,
No.
but like for some reason, northern Bergen County, Montville, this Rivervale, they would go out to Willowbrook before they would go out to Vermont. That's like a half an hour away. This is like 10 minutes.
It's so true.
Why would you?
I went to the Nanuet Mall. I liked the Nanuet Mall.
Was it too
back
ghetto
in
for
the
you?
day. It wasn't ghetto. I liked a little ghetto.
Did you get your hair cut at Fiore's like I did?
I did not get my hair cut at Fiore's, but I think I walked past Pleasurable Piercings and I was like, I don't know, it'd be cool if I went there.
Yeah.
But I never did.
Spencer's, of course. But there's Spencer's everywhere.
Now
That's
there's
not
Spencer's everywhere.
Yeah.
But I think the thing about Bergen County is once you live here, and even if you go elsewhere and live other places, which I know that you did, and I know that your wife did, and she didn't grow up here, there really is, I'm tying this into real estate, it's really one of the most ideal places to live, in my opinion, in the country. It really is.
Okay, well, what makes you say that?
proximity to Manhattan.
Yep.
Number one, first and foremost. Schools all across the county, not just in Woodcliff Lake, where I lived for many years and where you still live. Not only are we close to Manhattan, we're close to beaches. We have Jersey Shore right there.
You're hitting all of it. There's one more checklist I have on it. Let's see if you say it.
Okay, let me think. Now I'm feeling
close to Manhattan. So you're like what, half an hour, 40 minutes from, probably less to get there, but let's just say like, who knows, Midtown. Hour from the beaches.
Yep. Okay,
what
what's
else?
the third? Well, I was going to say a couple of other
schools.
things.
Go ahead. You got to go.
Schools. I mean, also, I was going to say you're close to Philly, which is another great city. You're also...
Okay. I'm just kidding. Those are all my Philly friends just messing with you.
You're close to Philly. You're really shielded from a lot of like weather disasters that happen for the most part.
Right. We got killed with Sandy, but it's other than that.
Other than that, that was kind of like an outlier.
It's a freak. That's like a 1,000-year storm. Yeah.
Because look at what's going on in many other parts of the country right now.
Truth.
We've had tornadoes going all through the Midwest. We
right.
have wildfires.
Wildfires. Yep.
I mean, we have stuff every now and again, but for the most part, we're pretty shielded and sheltered from
I like what you're saying.
Changes.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
What was going to be the thing that you said? Now I want to know.
Mountains. You're an hour from the mountains, too.
That's true. Upstate New York,
That's it.
Hudson Valley.
Yeah, whatever. It's skiing. It's the beach. It's like you have everything within an hour. Yeah. Where else in the country are you an hour from all of that?
You're right. It's true.
I was in Atlanta. There's no beach. I mean, a couple of lakes, but there's a lot of fun stuff like that. You go to Florida, there's no mountains.
Yeah.
And
Florida's flat. I mean, you do kind of get that in parts of California. However, and my daughter's out there, as you know, for school. But the weather and the infrastructure and the economy, I hate to say it, in California, you can keep it. It's beautiful, and you do have that diversity. You can go up north, you can go to Big Bear, you have the beaches, you have the mountains. LA, whether you
got
like
some
it or
desert
not,
in there,
you got the desert, but California you can't, the weather's too unpredictable.
Yeah.
It's very, very expensive. More expensive than it is in Bergen County.
Okay.
I just think that's why, when people are really hesitant to buy and they think, oh, well, I don't, want to buy this house, is it going to keep its value? It always is in Bergen County. It always is.
You're 100% right.
It really always is. So that's kind of like what I try to kind of instill, especially as someone who's been here and who has seen the trend of the markets throughout, the elder millennial that I am. Bergen County.
She's so old.
Bergen County. I am old. I feel like in the substance.
You're such an old fuck.
Substance?
I hate you guys. Oh, I hate all of you. We saw it last night.
Stop it.
Last night.
Are you having nightmares?
No, I'm not having nightmares. Tell me, I'm sorry. Don't judge me. But what is that? That's an award-winning movie?
First of all, I didn't even know. When I watched it, I was like, let me watch one of the movies. I never watched.
That was Kelly's thing.
That I said, Demi looks fabulous.
She looks wonderful. I'm a big
she's
fan of
done.
nudity. I have to admit, of course.
Me too. So I wanted to watch.
Perfect.
So
I had no idea.
I had no idea.
By the way, Demi,
was this.
Great job.
Call me.
60-something, 62, 63.
She looks
amazing. Call me. Get on the podcast. Let's go. Local BizCast. You don't need it.
Oh, she did amazing.
Who's the other girl?
Oh, that is, what is the actress's name?
Young
That's her
girl?
daughter.
Yeah.
I can't think of her name. She's
amazing.
Gorgeous, too.
Yes.
But I had no idea that it was like a Hitchcock.
No, it was horror-ish. Who knew?
The back.
Oh.
I had no idea.
Right up my
alley. Watching that, I know. Yeah, that was like a good chiropractic. Yeah. But watching that movie, I was like, holy fuck. Like, aging is hard.
Yeah.
It's really hard. And it really kind of like tapped into that for me, but I had no idea.
You're not even close. Relax.
41.
You're still young.
41.
Stop talking.
41.
You weren't born in the 70s. You were born in the 1900s.
I was born in the 1900s.
Not in the 1970s.
No, the 70s.
Yeah. I know what? I like it. Actually, I'm happy. You were just talking about growing up in Bergen County, growing up in Rockland County. These are very diverse counties, some more than others. Obviously, I grew up in Spring Valley. Super diverse. Yeah. And I've said it in previous podcasts that my best friends could have been Haitian and Filipino and Jamaican and Dominican and Puerto Rican, white, Jewish, Catholic, everything.
Yeah.
And, it was just my friends. I didn't even know any about racism. Like, it was like, obviously, we not here, not where we were.
Right.
And then I would, go to college and I was like, wait, you're judging people based on that? Like, it's crazy. So it was a great time in the world to grow up in the late 70s, 80s, 90s. It was just, obviously, things are crazy right now.
Yes.
So it was a great time. The world was better. People were great, diversified. It was just a good time. So I don't know if we would have had the same if the world was the way it was now, but without the social...
I still think there's like some of that. Like every now and again, I'll go through Spring Valley And it's always interesting to me that you can see, like, you see them all existing. You see people of different
cultures, backgrounds. Yeah,
you see a lot of Orthodox and Hasidics walking on Route 59.
Sure.
And you see a lot of, I'm assuming,
Hispanic,
Mexican,
sure,
Hispanic.
yeah.
You see African American, you see white, and they're existing. Now, I don't know if there's any kind
no,
of...
I don't think there's beef. I
don't
think
think
they're just
there's-
everybody's about doing their own thing, and
doing
they
their
interact.
thing.
You know,
It's
they with
kinda
each other.
cool.
It's just everybody is accepted. Who cares?
It's kind of like
right?
old
Nobody's getting up in
neighborhoody.
in anybody's business.
No.
That's like the
No.
key. Why are we always up in everybody's business?
I don't know.
It's
I
not
don't know.
necessary.
It's really not.
Yeah.
It's
Like
so-
if you want to be nice and be, nice.
Why up in
If
my
not, why
business?
don't be up in my business?
we have my business.
I told you we're going to be talking about elephants soon.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
We-
All right.
we are deviating.
I'll bring you back. I'll
Bring
get
me
you
back,
back. Because you
baby.
got to talk about being a real estate. Because
Yes.
that's not where you were. That's not who I knew.
I know.
So how did that all come about?
So I was a typical, kept lady of leisure, which was like, and your wife always had a job.
Yeah.
And she was always a hustler, still is, Kelly. And, I was just raising kids. I had kids really young, as you know.
You did.
I was 21, did not expect to be a mom at that young of an age, and really just kind of like was propelled into motherhood, something that I did not think was going to happen. But at the same time, I was like, well, I just graduated college. I guess I won't have to get a job. I'll just have a kid.
Yeah, that's
That'll be easy.
you copped out.
That'll be easy.
You cop out over there.
I'm like,
Just a kid. That's
forget
like
it.
nothing
I'll
easy.
do this. Easy breezy. That, as we know, ended up not being that easy. It's the
No.
most difficult job.
No,
and
it is.
many, many women do it while working full time. And I had the luxury of being home for the most part when my kids were young. So I consider myself very lucky.
Absolutely.
But during that time, I was just kind of really in it, very involved in the school, very involved in the PTA and doing all those things. Fast forward, very confused about like the direction of my life. Didn't know that I was maybe
It
gay.
started so right.
Yeah,
You started so young.
I
You
started so
didn't
young.
even
I
know
was
that
like-
was an option.
I didn't even know it was an option.
Yeah.
I thought like you couldn't be gay. I didn't even know that was like a thing.
Because we were born in the
Because
1900s.
we were born in the 1900s.
Right.
There was no representation, especially women. I thought
No,
men could be
right,
gay.
right.
I did not think women could be gay. So I just kind of like buried it. I did a lot of like drinking socially, which kind of just blended me in with everybody else because
Right.
that's what everybody else was doing.
Yeah.
And a lot of like the moms would go out for lunches and drink. But for me, it was like really an escape. And I would always take it too far. And I ended up really being like the life of the party, which I think everyone wanted around.
Yeah, great. You were
And
Tara's
I-
coming. Yay!
I know. It was
Right.
like if I was not going to something, everyone was like, "Why aren't you coming?"
Right. No, we need you there. But turns out you were confused, Tara.
I was just confused, little Tara.
Tara,
I know. Poor me.
yeah.
Where's my little violin?
Don't pour you because like that was the path, right? So
It
you
was
needed
the
that to
path.
get to where you are now, and who knows where you're going to be next.
Totally. So to make a very long story short, a little bit of.
Wait, what are you doing? Why are we making
struggle.
long story short?
Oh, we're not making long. We got
go.
time.
Oh,
We
yeah.
got time.
On what story?
Okay.
Look who just arrived over there. She's not even going to say
Oh,
hi.
there's
She's thinking,
no
oh, we're
Kelly.
filming the
She's too
podcast.
cool for
She's too
us.
cool for us.
Oh.
Whatever. Kelly's over there. Don't worry about that.
Kelly was here for all of this.
Well, I was. So was
and
I. Come on.
so were you.
Oh, yeah.
So, just kind of trying to figure myself out all the way, really abusing alcohol, not realizing that I was because everybody else
was just norm.
drinking.
Yes.
It was norm.
Yeah.
And at a certain point, I just had to make a decision to live in my truth. And I'm leaving out some pieces and whatever out of respect for other parties, but had a very understanding partner that I was with.
Yep.
And kind of told him what was going on. And, it was just kind of one of those things where it took some time for everybody to get adjusted to. And once
Sure.
they did, here we are.
It is completely amazing.
Thank you.
I said this to Kelly. I say it all the time. You guys are the most mature and unbelievable people to make decisions like that, and knowing that you just didn't know when you
Yeah.
were young, both you and the other parties.
Yeah.
It's up to you on a name, but like I love you both, and I think you guys are absolutely incredible human beings because
you.
you ended up not living a lie,
Yeah.
being a little bit more true to yourself, and ultimately that's going to turn out to be the most magical thing ever. And I
Totally.
don't think I would have had the balls to do what
Well,
you
I think
did.
a lot of
Like, it's
people
just
do, and I think it's all relative. And I think that I read somewhere, or someone had said that they had heard a therapist say, or maybe it was my therapist because I've been so over therapied in all these years.
Right.
But it was a quote that went something like, the biggest detriment to a child is the unfulfilled life of a parent. And like that is so true.
That one is going on the short right there.
That's a good
I love
one.
it. Say that one again.
The biggest detriment to a child is the unfulfilled life of their parent.
Oh, I love it.
Because you can't be the best you if you're
Right. You can't be the best parent if you're
can't
not
be
the best you.
Right.
Yes.
And listen, there are certain things like, if you're a little bored in your marriage, you're like, this. Okay,
We're not talking about that. Yeah.
Take a beat. But if you're in a situation where there's abuse, whether it's physical, emotional, alcohol, drug, whatever it is, or you're struggling really inside with who you are and you're not where you're supposed to be, there's no way that just staying for your children
makes the sense.
is going to make sense. And it wasn't, because I was dying inside.
You knew it.
You
knew
it.
there was this huge struggle.
I was over drinking.
We didn't know it.
No, I don't think anybody
No,
knew.
it was
And I made
amazing.
a joke. I
Yes.
always led
Yeah,
with
yeah,
like
yeah.
a
That's
joke.
what we do. We use humor
That's
as our
what we
thing.
do.
That's our out. That's why you and I are very similar.
Totally.
How do I know if I'm in a struggle? Maybe Kelly's in trouble.
I mean,
No, I'm just kidding.
We
But no, I'm
offline.
well, yeah, right, exactly. Off.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I'm just so it rocks my world how amazing you guys are and how amazing you guys handle it, and just the maturity and the responsibility, and I'm in awe by you and him, and like I just think it's amazing, and I think obviously now everything has settled.
Everything has
and
settled.
The growth that's probably occurring for you and for him and for your girls and for everybody and your career.
yeah, it's just been like leaps and bounds. I stopped drinking.
You're a rocket
too,
ship.
Which is
Yeah, 1
just-
year.
Yeah, 1
Congratulations.
year.
Look at
Thank
that.
you. So
Yeah.
like just cutting out certain things that like hold you back. For me, alcohol held me back. It was just not.
It was a crutch for you.
It was a crutch.
Yeah.
It just wasn't good for me. And we know alcohol is just not good for you in general.
Sure.
This is not a PSA, but it just isn't good for you.
Just turned into one.
Yeah, now it is.
You guys can use that, by the way. I give you credit, but just go ahead and put a
Totally.
Local BizCast on there.
John
Let's go.
Julio 42 is not sponsoring this podcast.
He might. I
right
don't
now.
know. Maybe. But
But yeah, so just cutting out the things that don't serve you and figuring out what your passions are. And for me, I always enjoyed properties and looking at homes, and kind of stepped into this like
I was reading this because
interior-
I didn't realize that you were an interior decorator for a while. I missed
Yeah.
that portion of your life. I didn't miss that chapter in your life.
So I did that briefly. I was like a design assistant for a local interior decorator.
Right.
I really enjoyed that. But the part I enjoyed the most was going into homes
Right.
and seeing the properties and all of that. So I thought, you know what, maybe I'll just get my real estate license just to have it.
As a whim. Like, yeah, no.
I
Hey,
was
listen,
like-
well, you never know.
And I know you are really into investing in properties, and you're like a real estate guy. And I just thought I want to learn more, because at that time I was thinking about possibly selling my house. I was newly divorced, and to be honest, as most stay-at-home women are, I didn't know anything about if I had a mortgage, how much
Right.
the mortgage was, admittedly.
Yeah.
Totally. And I see that all the time with clients. So I wanted to empower myself with how this whole thing works.
Amazing.
And so I did, and I was like, you know what? I could do this.
I got this.
I got this.
I got
I
this.
really got this.
Like, we all knew you got this. Like, we all knew that. And, like, you just had a boom, and
Thank
then
you.
it just lit a fire.
So yeah, so here
But
I
you've been on
am.
fire. How long have you been doing this?
I've only been doing this for 3 years. And in 3 years, I got licensed in Florida. I started also doing title, like on
Saw
the
that
side.
as well.
Yeah, I
That's
really love the business.
amazing.
And like, I'm actually curious to talk to you too, and we probably won't have time today. I know that like you really are into investing and looking at properties and real estate, and especially now with everything that's going on in the country, no matter what you feel, whatever, real estate, and I keep saying this to everybody, it is the most sure thing when it comes to investing.
Stable.
Stablest investment.
Stable.
Hard asset. If you have money and you're afraid and you don't know where to put it, real estate.
Yep.
With the right advice, with someone that knows what they're doing. You can't
And
just
who's
say,
going to be
"I'm gonna-"
honest, who's not going to just
Right.
try to get a commission on you and just,
Right.
I can't believe they just bought that place. That
Right.
place is going down in flames.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you have somebody, you can't just think, oh, I'm an investor, I'm just going to start buying up properties
Right.
and flipping. No, you need to have either a real estate advisor, you need to know what you're doing, you need to be a seasoned investor.
Yeah.
But it really is.
I think the most successful people out there, a lot of them are real estate people. It's just, they've been able to derive wealth, not just being rich,
Right.
but wealth, you know,
Right.
and that's
Right, done the right way.
Yes.
I've been reading. I actually listened to a podcast. The smartest way to, not the smartest way, but a good way to think about investing is finding like a major metropolitan city and going 3 hours out of the city. Like just literally Google a city and bam, 3 hours out, and like that's where the next growth is going to be.
because everything within that is already taken and it's already
Right.
So where is everybody going? It's going to continue to expand.
It's going to continue to expand. But you know,
So what's your favorite market right now?
Well, my favorite market
You're
right
gonna be like
now,
Idaho.
I mean, I really like Tennessee.
Tennessee,
a lot,
okay.
Like a lot. I mean, Nashville you can't touch anymore. Knoxville
Right.
you can't.
So go
touch.
3 hours out.
So you got to go 3
where,
hours
where,
out.
Where are you in Gatlinburg? Where are you? Where?
We have to like Google. It'd
We
be
have
like
to
a
go.
random town.
See,
like,
we would have the technology. We got to get on the Google because
gotta
we're
get
elder
on-
millennials. We
we're-
call it the Google
we have
on
to-
the line.
www.
Yes. AOL, Netscape. You've
Yeah,
got mail.
The dial-up. Remember, it was like, what was that one? It was what was the one? Camden. Camden was like the one dial-up that always connected to.
I don't know anything about
I think it was
Netscape
Camden.
or it was AOL back in the day.
Yeah,
Never
yeah.
like that. And remember, you're on, and then somebody picked
I
up the
used to
phone.
get
You're like,
big-
no, you picked
No,
up the
you
phone.
got my connection. I used to get excited when I heard like the dial-up, like the
You're right.
butterflies. It was
Like,
a good feeling.
what was that? What is that noise?
I don't know.
What is like? I just don't
It's
even
like the
get.
little elves working, like moving the wires.
Like, where did that noise come in? Is that the real noise? How did we make that to be the noise?
I
like,
don't know.
Listen, I can go into Never Neverland, but I already told you. You know, we only have 4 minutes left.
Oh,
It's like
wow.
that.
It does go so fast.
It goes really fast.
It
We got to get
does.
into the real estate career. We got to go
Okay.
compass. Tell me what is your niche? Who you're looking for? What do you need? How do we help you at the Local BizCast?
So I think right now, really what I'm looking for is I know that there are homeowners in Bergen County
Yeah.
who want to sell, but they're not selling because they bought at likely a 2 or 3%,
Yes.
and they don't want to. They're scared.
Yep.
Rightfully so. It's a very weird, scary,
It's a big market right
uncertain
now, yeah.
time.
Mhm.
It's a scary time. But I think that they don't want to sell to then have to buy at, although the rate is the lowest it's been
It's
in
coming
some
down.
time right now.
It's coming down.
coming down. And I actually predict that it's going to come down a little bit more. But I think with that is that the housing prices are going to go up a little bit.
Depends on, I think, on the
Depends.
area, right?
Right,
So
depends on
here,
the
you're
area.
probably looking at now more
Right.
buyers or more people, more things on the market.
Right.
I mean, I think that was the whole goal of what they're doing right now. I just wish they would be a little bit more vocal because from what I hear from some of the advice, like the idea was to get the interest rates down
Right.
so that people who are kind of, yes, obviously there's people with 2 and 3%, like me.
Right.
I've been here for 15, 18 years and stuff
Right.
like that. But there was people that got saddled with large, big financing loans and big interest rates
Right.
that if they can bring the interest rates down, these people can all refinance.
They can
The same
refinance.
amount of money they can refinance and they can pay hundreds, if not thousands of dollars less and
know.
be making everything more affordable.
Yeah.
And I believe that's the goal of this administration. I haven't heard it from them per se, but I believe if that is their
I
goal,
think
they
so
should be
too.
vocalizing that a little bit more because the 10-year, which is
Yeah.
where the mortgage rates are,
Right.
has dived down.
I know.
And what comes next is interest rates go down.
Right.
So I don't know. I'm no guru. I look at it, as she said, I'm in real estate, I'm in investments and stuff like that, and that's how I look at it.
Yeah.
I'm not one of these guys on other podcasts. I am no guru. Please talk to your financial advisor. But that's kind of what it looks like.
I agree.
But I'm also like, why? I'm like, yeah, great. I can sell it high. I'm probably get top dollar for
But
my
the
place right now.
problem is too is that we have, especially in Bergen County, there's no inventory. So
Right.
the inventory, we can't just make houses appear out of nowhere. There's no land. We're
Right.
not building houses. So the people that are empty nesters that have a ton of equity in their home that
Yup.
are ready to move have to sell.
Yes.
In order to get the inventory out there, there are buyers waiting on the sidelines.
100%.
So unless there loosens up some more inventory, we're
Yeah.
going to kind of be at this standstill. And then
When are those people going to sell? When are they you're talking about empty nesters. They're like, what are they, most of the time they're
So-
leaving high tax areas and stuff like that.
Right.
Their kids are not in the schools anymore. They don't
Right.
need the schools. So as you're saying, they don't want to take the burden of a large interest rate or anything like that. But they can
Right.
sell, if they have so much equity in their homes, they can kind of buy for cash or
Well,
take smaller
yeah,
mortgages.
There's also assumable mortgages. People
Yeah.
don't talk about that a lot, and it's not for everybody. A buyer has to qualify. There has to be a certain amount of equity in the home to do that. But something that's really great with with Compass is we do something called private exclusives, which a lot of people call pocket listings, but it's not really like that insofar as we go from a private exclusive where we can market your property, no days on market at all. So if you are maybe you're on the fence about selling and you don't really want your neighbors to know, or you just don't know and you want to just see, I can say to somebody, like, what's your make me sell price? Like, say someone gives you $3 million for your house.
Bye.
Move. Bye.
Right.
Yeah. I can market your
Sorry,
property.
guys. We just had to cancel the local BizCast. Yeah. Tower just got me a $3 million for my home. I'm getting out of here.
Gotta go.
I have a $150,000 home. I'm getting the hell out of here.
Right. But seriously, so in that event, I can market the property as such. It doesn't go on the MLS. So we're not... You have nothing to lose. I'm marketing it. I'm paying for the photos. I'm doing anything. Yeah. Maybe eventually when you're ready to sell, we'll put it on. We test the market that way.
Yeah.
But the great thing about that is we can do it from a private exclusive to a coming soon where it's then consumer searchable. So people can look up houses in Woodcliff Lake. Yes. Your house comes up. But it's not on the MLS, so it's not accruing days on market. So someone can
and that's such a bad thing. I mean, this is the game of what you do because
it is.
Everybody sees it. Oh, 240 days on the market. Oh, they're desperate or something like that. Whatever.
Unfortunately, that is the perception that we have now created with Zillow and other third-party websites. Yeah. Oh, what's wrong with it? It's been on the market for 300 days. Sometimes it's just not priced correctly, and that's what's wrong with it.
Right, or just not marketed correctly. The pictures aren't, really showing off.
It's a stigma that homes get when they sit for a while, and it's unfortunate. But we can kind of bypass that and test out this price. And also, if you're just a little bit nervous about listing your home, for the reasons that we said, the aforementioned reasons, you don't know with the interest rate or whatever. But if we get you a stupid price for your home,
doesn't matter what you got to go buy your next one.
There's always a buyer.
Somebody wants your place. Somebody wants it up over here. I mean, it's a very desirable area, as you said, Bergen County. An hour from the city, an hour from the beach, an hour from the mountains. You got the schools. What else do we say? Food.
The Manhattan, you have Manhattan level restaurants here in Bergen County. You don't even have to drive.
Where are you going if we don't have SD now? Where are you eating? You're in Englewood now.
I'm in Englewood. I've got great restaurants in Englewood.
Where are you going? What's your place?
River Palm is always a go-to.
That's my whole life is River. You know, when I was living in Edgewater, that's it.
I always go to River Palm.
I think it's one of the best steakhouses ever. Let alone
and even the sushi there.
Stop! He's the best. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that place, amazing. I mean, there's so much to choose from that. Why leave
we
Bergen?
Completely went over. I just don't even care. Okay, now that we're not live on YouTube anymore, like we can do a little bit with whatever the heck we want. So
I mean, I think the best thing for people to realize is in Bergen. Oh, and another thing that actually really annoys me, honestly, about
tell me about it. Go ahead.
And this is really the millennials.
Oh boy, not us, not the old. They might not have been born in the born in the 1900s.
Yeah, these are like the younger buyers.
Go ahead.
They have to open up their minds. When you and Kelly bought your house, and I know when my ex and I bought our house. I looked at the house, I thought, I love the street. The house it's got great bones. I love the floor plan. I love the yard. It had floor to ceiling mirrors. Oh,
it was a hot. You should have seen the wallpaper that was. You remember? Oh my God!
But you saw the potential.
Yes.
And every year that goes by, you do a project, you do a room, you do this, you improve upon it, and then over time, sweat equity. You build equity. You improve upon your property.
Yes. No, it's instant gratification. It needs to be perfect right now.
It needs to be perfect. Well, in order for it to be perfect, you need a budget of X.
Yeah, 5 million, 10 million, whatever you want.
And
up here, yeah.
None of them have that budget.
No, they're millennials. Where are they getting all their money? They don't even want to work.
They don't even want to work.
They Mommy and Daddy?
Right.
Okay.
And so it's really difficult.
We just lost all my millennial. All my subscribers. I went from like 102 to like 40.
But it's true. All of them walk in a property and they're like, well, the kitchen is dated and this and that. You know, a $1.2 million home.
Right.
Yeah, the kitchen's dated, but we're not buying the home for the kitchen. We're buying.
You could redo the kitchen.
Real estate is land plus improvement.
Yes. And the fact is, do you really want to go in, like, again, if it's not a brand new construction, you go into somebody's house, do you want their vision of what it's supposed to be, or do you want you go in there? So you get it priced a little bit lower because you don't have a brand new kitchen in there.
Right.
And you go ahead and put your kitchen in there.
Right.
Yes.
I lived with, we would entertain, we were just so proud to own a home.
Right.
That I let people come in with those Formica furniture.
Hell yes.
The mirrors. I didn't give a
shit. I don't care.
Cared.
It's
Everyone
a different
was like,
world.
Wow.
Because Facebook and Instagram makes you have to care about. I don't know. We talked about this.
Yeah.
You put your best foot forward. None of that is real.
Right.
It's like one room of one house of one like in the best day they took 97 pictures and they took the best of the 97 pictures and still modified and edited it on AI.
It's so true, but I think you have.
You get me, man. Look at this bald head, fat, ugly, loud. I got not a single redeeming quality.
I don't think. Maybe a little bit.
All right, a little bit. So.
But yeah, I think you have to just if you're buying in an area like Bergen County, like we talked about, and you're paying $1.2 million for a house, and you have to put in $200,000 over time, you are getting that money back and more.
As you said.
You 100%. You're staying in that house for at least 5 years.
Sure.
If you're buying in a town like Woodcliff Lake, for example, I'm assuming you
You're
want
like
to raise your children
that's
there.
exactly
You're going
right.
to stay there. You're paying for the schools. You're paying for the bus and the train close to the city.
Yep.
Come on.
You're paying for the Spine and Health Center to be
You're
right around the
paying for
corner.
Spine and Health Center, right
I mean,
there.
come on. You got hurt. We're here.
It's true.
It's so true.
So, sellers have to have a little bit of flexibility, and buyers have to have an open mind.
Yeah.
Both have to work together and come together in order for this market to adjust, because right now it's a little rough.
It is.
It's a little rough.
But you seem to be navigating it amazingly.
Well, just because how you told me no, if you had told me no, I would have
Don't
showed
stop.
up.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
just not going to stop.
But that's it. That's the key.
I just don't take no.
So don't take no.
No.
Or just keep on going.
Like a little gnat, like a little TC bug. I'm just going to buzz.
As you could very well tell, we are very, very similar.
Yes.
We just keep on going.
We just keep on going.
Keep on going.
Yeah.
And we're doing it. It's not malicious. We know it's a good thing. I want to keep on doing a good thing.
Right.
If it was bad, I would stop.
Okay. I feel the
So
same
you
way.
tell me if I was bad. If I'm being bad.
You're not bad.
I want to help the world. That's why we have the Spine and Health Center. All this, the local BizCast. I just want to help. I like that. I am such a people pleaser.
Me too.
Nothing gets me more excited to watch people be like, yeah, we did this. She's looking over
Totally.
there. She's looking over there. She's not going to come in over there, but
Look at her.
I don't
Look
know.
at her little face.
Unbelievable. She either comes in or she doesn't come in, but she's got another 10 seconds because we got to wrap this whole thing up. It has been absolutely
Look at her sauntering.
amazing. She's
This is
sauntering.
really fun.
This is my wife sauntering. Are we going to stay on for another couple of minutes while she comes in here?
I think we have to. Here comes Kel.
Here comes Cal.
Here she comes.
Hold on. I got the, we'll zoom out. We're still
No,
on
you're-
over
you're-
here. Don't worry.
you
Here
want
we
to
go. I'm going
crash.
to whoop, whoop, whoop.
Hi.
And coming up there. She is,
Good boy.
ladies and gentlemen, joining the local BizCast, Dr. Kelly Lundy. This is like a reunion over here.
I
This
know.
is like a reunion.
So-
I love
Reunion.
this. Look, I got my hair
You
blown.
boss, babe. I
I
love
mean,
it.
I
Right?
love
We got
this.
two boss bitches going on right over here. I love it.
Now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. We are
You always
cursing.
have
Well,
been,
I
I
always
just-
bring cursing energy wherever I go. And
I-
it-
we-
Good. I think
we
it
curse.
Is that
releases-
okay?
I think it releases
Yeah.
stress.
Oh, completely fine. I'm fine with it.
because
I
I
mean,
do find myself, I'm working on it. I can't help that I do
have I
this.
not been working on it? I'm also trying to do this.
I realize
my
it's
late,
not a good look.
Yes.
It's really difficult not to.
my late uncle Eric.
Depends on your audience.
Yeah.
You know,
My late
like
uncle Eric was a
3-year-olds.
very, 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 very successful guy, and he always was very upset with me when I would curse. And even my staff, my team over here, my vice president, so I've been working on
Sometimes
it.
don't you think that you need to curse sometimes to get a point across in the right way or to tell a story in the right way? It just packs that extra punch.
It definitely, brings some context to it.
Yeah,
so,
it just does.
Again,
Flavor,
just
I
know
mean,
as
come
long
on.
as it's not kids.
The
Oops.
children.
The children.
Well, the children.
May or may not be
the
me.
children love
But the
book.
children.
Oh,
You know,
but
I
the
mean-
children were good.
We're talking
All
about
right.
Bergen County real estate.
Bergen County real estate. We're finishing up over here. We are this one is a boss bitch now.
I love it. I see
She's
what
doing
else
amazing.
you
I know
guys
she's
are
doing a
doing.
great
I
job.
love
Your
the
social is
videos.
great.
I
Your
know
content
that.
is great.
I love it.
It's gonna be
My
amazing.
kids cringe, but you know what? I'm gonna
That means
curse.
you're doing a
I
good
don't give
job.
shit.
There you go.
I don't
It
give a
means you're
shit.
doing a good job.
I think so.
Well, I'm gonna
Anyway.
let you guys close it out.
As
All right.
Kelly rolls out of
Happy
here,
Cal.
we're also going to close up shop over here because
So fun.
it was
Thank you so
amazing.
much.
You did great. I
feel like
told
I
you.
wanna live in this-
Wait, hold on. We have to start talking about elephants.
Okay,
No.
let's talk about
It's just-
elephants.
We've run long, but you were absolutely amazing.
Thank
You're an
you.
absolute natural. Energy explosion
There's a
occurring over here.
a chemical experiment gone right.
Tower Vimbor, Compass Real Estate. What's
Compass.
the
Compass Real Estate,
Real
yeah.
estate. Also the title company, or like your
Yeah,
what do you-
Berkshire Title Company.
Berkshire Title Company.
Yes.
New Jersey, Florida. Where else?
That's it.
That's it?
Take on the world.
She's
Everywhere.
taking on it. It's
Everywhere,
just
baby.
beginning. Unbelievable.
Thank you.
You were awesome.
Thank
very, very awesome. The next guest coming us on Wednesday night. Ooh, I'm excited about this one. Ladies and gentlemen, Amanda Lorenz, Aeon Gymnastics, is going to be joining me here. She is a local hero over here. She's got one of the hottest gymnastic spots in the entire area. She's amazing. She's a good friend of mine. You guys are going to love it. Please join us on Wednesday again on the Local BizCast. Tara, thank you so much.
Thank you. It was
Amazing.
So much fun. Thank you.
Oh, look at
Love
that.
you. Thank you.
Mwah. This may have been my first hug and kiss on the Local BizCast, so I'm just going to cherish it and rewind it over and over and over again.
Love it.
Everybody have a wonderful evening. We'll see you next time. Bye.
You were like an